Hi everyone, this is Sean. I am broadcasting from my tax write-off. I mean my home office. I mean a car. Today's video is brought to you by one of our subscribers, Slender169. He has been subscribed to our channel for a while, and he has a really important question. He wants to know, how do you maintain your cool, your composure when somebody is antagonizing you as a private security professional? And I will attempt to answer that in less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. This is about my third time with attempting to record this video. I went blank again. I lose my frame of thought sometimes. That's what I'm saying. Those of you who want to do a YouTube channel, just go for it. I make mistakes all the time. I forget. I pause and I say too much. Sometimes, and I'm working on that. I'm working on that. So let's talk about some ways on how you can deal with these types of situations. Try to remain as objective as possible. So if my mission is to maintain peace or make sure that no one's trespassing on property, make sure that everybody that's on property has a lawful purpose, well, I'm going to stay true to that objective. Somebody starts cussing me out, yelling in my face, guys, I'm going to get mad, I'm going to get frustrated, and I feel like I'm going to lose my cool. And do you know why that's possible? Or why that's likely? Because I am human, and so are you. If you're human, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel like you're going to lose your cool. But let's consider some of the strategies I have, and I'm looking forward to dialogue with everybody on this. I read your comments, and everybody that's interested in advancing their security career, they read your comments as well, for those of you who have answers to this. The answer that I have isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. This is just one technique out of many. Remain objective. Ask yourself, what is my objective? Okay? I've had life and death events when I have a dead child on the floor with his brain matter splattered all over the place. And I have parents. This is my experience as a law enforcement officer. I got parents that are screaming, that are trying to get into the crime scene for this horrible tragedy, this horrible accident. My emotions are starting to override me. It hits me hard. I have a kid around the same age, and I start to become a little bit emotional. And I ask myself, Sean, why are you here? What is your objective? My objective is to maintain the perimeter, maintain the crime scene. Folks, well, before I call them folks, I get their names. I say, look, this is a horrible tragedy. I am sorry, but I need you to step on this side of the line. And I will lightly tap them on the shoulders, and I will start directing them a little bit. These situations are tough because your mind starts thinking in all directions. You think as a parent, you think using your emotions, and then that's when I say my objective is to make sure that they don't cross this line. And when I started to do that, I was able to remain a lot more objective and less emotional, because I could just sit there, go in the corner, go in the patrol car, allow the crime scene to reopen, and start tearing up, having a breakdown. I've seen new officers do that. I've seen them break down in front of parents, and when there's a tragedy like this. You got to remain focused. Now you might be saying, Sean, you're talking about police work. I do security. You guys, there's not much difference. The difference is that I just talked to you about something at the higher end of the spectrum. When you're dealing with a trespasser or somebody that's yelling at you, that might be, depending on the threat level, that might be on the lower end or medium end of the spectrum. So what I want you to say is this. They're yelling at you, they're screaming, they're antagonizing you. Find out what it is that you need them to do, and then use these words. Sir or ma'am, I understand that you're frustrated, and I don't know exactly how you feel, but I feel that you're very upset about the situation. But after the word but, you give some type of directive, some type of suggestion. Now, if somebody's antagonizing you on your property and your objective is complete, it's finished, then leave. Perfect example. When I was a young idiot at the age of 18, I worked mall security. We had a lot of skateboarders on property calling me a rent-a-cop and everything else. So this one guy, I kicked him off the property. I didn't kick him off. I told him he has to leave. He started giving me attitude. Just antagonizing me to the point where my blood pressure was just boiling. So he turned around and agreed to leave. He started walking away with the skateboard, and I started following him off property. I was still on my property, and I lost my cool. So I started telling him something stupid like, hey, you get out of here. Don't ever come back. But he was already leaving. And while he was leaving, I kept following him. I said, you come back, I'll make sure you're arrested. Don't you ever come back. And then as he was walking away further and further, I kept antagonizing. I kept doing what he was doing to me because I was so angry. Guys, my objective ended when he started walking away off the property or away towards the property. He was still on the property, but my objective was accomplished. He was already walking off. Why did I have to follow him and keep reminding him that he was trespassing when he was doing what I told him to do? Okay? That's one of the ways. Look at your objective. What is my mission? What do I need accomplished right now at this minute? What is it? And take a deep breath when you're upset. Just breathe a little bit. You take those 3 or 4 breaths, and you might have a different state of mind. Another method you could do is this. If you work with somebody, a partner, or maybe like a manager or employee that you trust on this property that you patrol or that you guard, you say this, hey, look, so-and-so, my job is to keep you all safe, to keep you safe. If you ever see me losing my cool or what you think is losing my cool, do you mind just pulling me aside and just whispering something in my ear or talking to me on the side and just remind me to take a deep breath? That works, guys. It works if you have somebody that you trust that's willing to do that for you. There are some properties that I worked at. I never had those conversations. I had supervisors that didn't have those conversations. And I had the supervisor, he came out of the Army, and he lost his cool one day. He started getting in somebody's face, and it was almost short of a pushing contest, a real fight. And I was thinking, oh my, wow, something's gonna pop off, and I don't want to get involved because now we're in the early 2000s. I told myself, if something happens with my supervisor, whether he's in the right or wrong, I'm gonna protect him. And that's the problem with me, guys. If I'm gonna defend you, if I remain loyal to you, it's hard for me to back out of the situations. Obviously, if there's a crime being committed, then that's a lot different. But in that situation, okay, my supervisor was waiting for this guy to make one move, even just a little push, and I guarantee he would just start plummeting on him. The first couple of hits would probably be justified. But see, at security, you can get to the point where you can just push someone's buttons, they'll push you, and then you can use reasonable force. You know, maybe the first distraction blow, a hit after that. It could be legal, but really, and it could be justified. But really look at yourself in the mirror. Who started it? Okay, probably the other guy, but he stopped. And then who started it? You. Okay, don't be that aggressor. Don't put other people in that predicament. Deflect. When somebody's cussing you out, cursing you out, guys, they're not cursing you out. They're not cussing you out. You want to know what they're doing? They are venting their frustrations at you. They're mad at something else. They're cussing you out because they can't re-enter the property. They're not mad at you. They're mad at the manager who wants them to leave. If somebody's at a store and they want to return something and they get extremely upset and they start cussing you out, they're not mad at you. They're mad at the store's return process. Okay, and that's how I remain objective. That's how I maintain my cool. Is they're not mad at me. They're mad at something else. And then sometimes people, they might have a bad day already. Maybe they lost a lot of money in the stock market. They gambled and they lost everything. Maybe they have some type of illness in the family and everything is just building up. And when you are there, that you represent the law of the property, you represent the landlord of the property, well, the attention, the frustration is directed at that issue, which you being there, telling them to do something just compounds the issue. But it's not you.